and welcome back to the lecture series on GATE exam and its preparation. In the last lecture, we talked about what, why, when and how about GATE. Moving a step further, after knowing about the avenues that GATE can open, today we will discuss about the pattern, its cutoff and the syllabus of GATE examination specific to the branch of Electronics and Communication Engineering. So the topics that we will be covering today are GATE question paper, the pattern and its design, the cutoff and the syllabus. So these three topics we are going to cover today. So let's start with GATE exam question paper. There are two specific things that we are going to cover today. One is the pattern of the examination and the design of the questions. Let's start with the pattern of examination. So basically there are two types of questions that are being asked in the exam. One is the multiple choice questions and the other one is the numerical answer type question. In the multiple choice question, that is MCQ, there is negative marking of 1/3 of the maximum marks allotted. The second type of question that is being asked in GATE exam is numerical answer type. And in this type of questions, there are no negative marking. So in this, the answer is a signed real number which needs to be entered by the candidate using virtual numeric pad on the monitor. So if suppose the questions itself mentions that we have to enter the answer up to 2 decimal places, then we have to give the answers in that range only. And then accordingly this marks will be allotted or given for that question. So if you see, I have taken an example, a screenshot of the answer key provided by IIT Delhi for GATE 2020. So if you see here, there are questions which are numerical answer type, and the answer for that particular question is for suppose in this question it was 48 to 48, but if it is for 2 decimal places, there are ranges that is given in the question. So if you enter the answer in between this range, it will be considered as the correct answer. So we understood here the two types of questions. Now moving ahead, there are two categories of questions. One is the general aptitude and the second one is the subject paper. So as we discussed in the last lecture itself, that the total marks, the maximum marks is 100 and the allotment is as provided in the table. So if out of 100 marks, 15 marks is being allocated to general aptitude, in which 5 questions are asked of 1 marks and 5 questions are of 2 marks. So in this we have 5 into 2, that is 10, plus 5, that is 15 marks. Moving ahead to the subject paper. In the subject paper, we have engineering mathematics of 15 marks and 70 marks for branch specific paper. So total questions here is 25 questions are of 1 marks and 30 questions are of 2 marks each. So that will make us 30 plus 25 questions, that is 55 questions, and of general aptitude 10 questions, that makes 65 questions. So we have total marks is 100 and the total questions being asked is 65. Now we have clear idea about what types of questions are being asked in the examination. Not specific, we have still not discussed about what things are asked, but in general these are the marks allotted to the different category and the type of questions as provided in the slide. Now we will talk about the design of the questions. So in GATE exam, there are 4 different types of design of questions being asked in the exams. One is the recall based. So the recall type of question is based on the facts, principles, formula and the laws. So the candidate here is expected to able to obtain the answer either from his memory of the subject or at most from the one-line computation. So it's a direct question where we need to either directly substitute the question, substitute the values in the particular equation and answer in. It can be computed in one line only. So it's a direct type of question which mostly needs a recall thing. Next is comprehension. So these questions will test the candidate's understanding of the basics of his or her field by requiring him or her to draw simple conclusion from the fundamental ideas. So what does it mean? So we have a question, so we need to actually understand the basics, and then conclusions need to be drawn from the fundamental ideas to solve these type of questions. Next is the application based questions. So in this, it is expected to apply knowledge either through computation or by logical reasoning. So whatever we have learnt, whatever basic concept that we have built, based on that we need to apply those concepts in these type of questions to get the solution. Then we have the analysis and synthesis type. So there is a particular data is presented here in this type of questions, and we have to analyze the particular data and draw some conclusions on in that, and based on that we have to solve the questions that is being asked in it. In the previous slides we talked about the GATE examination question paper and the types and category of questions being asked. Now we'll move ahead to talk about the cutoff marks for qualifying. And as I said, we are obviously talking about electronics and communication engineering cutoff. So here in the slide you can see this table where the cutoff marks of different category has been enlisted. In 2020, the cutoff marks for general category was 28.8, for OBC 25.9, SC/ST 19.2, and the topper marks was recorded to be 82 for this year GATE. Similarly, for 2019, the cutoff is 26.7, 24, 17.8, and the topper is 86.27. So you can see the table here and understand the minimum marks that is required for qualifying the GATE examination. There is very small variation in the cutoff marks, but we can see that thing changing year after year. So as in 2018 it was 25, it moved to 27, but earlier to 2018, if you see, most of the years for the last 4 or 5 before 2018, it was almost like 25 only. So here we can see the change in the cutoff marks also. And that's a different point, that the variation is very, very small. So here we are interested in understanding the minimum marks that is required for qualifying and what amount of marks the toppers get. So we have a pretty good idea of the range of marks that the people in general get, and now we are interested in getting as to how much marks we need to score for getting something good. So minimum marks is okay, we understand that this is the marks that is required for us to qualify the exams. But as I said earlier also, that this does not guarantee anything, it's just a qualifying marks. If we want something good out of this GATE exam, then we need to score good marks also. Now we'll go ahead and see the cutoff marks for MTechs in IITs. So as we discussed in the last lecture, there are opportunities available for after we clear our GATE examination. The two different opportunities that we talked about was higher studies and the PSUs, the job opportunities. So here we have just talked about the cutoff for MTech in IITs. And this is obviously this is a very vague picture of it, but at least we have a glimpse of what range of scores we need to have. We'll talk about what GATE score is. Basically, we have in the last slide we saw that the minimum cutoff marks that we actually talked about was the marks out of 100, and for every marks we have a definite score that was given to us in the GATE scorecard. So you remember, just to have an idea for you, the toppers have a GATE score of 1000, and around the value of, suppose we have a value of 82, so 2020 the topper marks is 82, so he or she must have got a GATE score of 1000. And somebody who has got marks around 40-41 will have a GATE score of 500-510. It will obviously vary. We are just giving a picture of it so that we understand how we can relate the cutoff marks, the marks and the GATE score. because here what I'm talking of is not the marks but the gate score. So if you see here, I've just taken some MTech programs from some institutes, some IITs. So if you see here, the MTech programs offered by different institutes are different, and they vary in number, and we have taken a few examples of that from a specific year. So in this IIT Bombay, I have taken from 2020 only. So minimum the cutoff marks here is 510. So all the IITs do have a cutoff marks which they declare after, every year it's different, and accordingly they take admission. So the people who get marks beyond this cutoff, above this cutoff, are eligible to give the interviews. Above this also, we, as I said in the last lecture too, that no, the minimum qualifying marks does not guarantee, and even if you are eligible to apply, there is a cutoff marks after that also, and then you have to give an interview, and there are certain direct admission offers in these MTech in these IITs. So there are different rules for different institutes. That is what I mean here. But we need to have some picture of what score we need to get for getting into the IITs. So if you see here, IIT Delhi, for a specific branch of communication engineering, the cutoff was 770. Then ISC Bangalore, somewhere around 100,000 to 863 for 63 for communication and networks. Similarly for IIT Madras, it is from communication and signal processing MTech program 792. So what we infer from here is that range of somewhere around 700 to 800 is something that we can say is a good score, so that we get admission. We have the probability of getting admissions in these IITs. So if you see here IIT Bombay, you just feel that this cutoff is very low, but then we have written interviews, written test. They might have a written test after this also, or the interview, or only interview after this GATE exam. So all rules are specific to the institute application process. Every details of the application, every details of how they are going to take admissions are given in that particular year notification. So you have to go through it. This particular slide is just giving you an idea that 700 to 800 is somewhat a good score for getting admissions in good institutes for MTech. And if you see the 2018, you can check it. 2018, the topper who scored 80.67 was a final year student of Jadavpur University. So we can understand it's not impossible. It's just mere dedication that we need throughout these 4 years of our span, which will lead us to getting some very good score in GATE. And it's very important to be aware of these facts and figures so that we can target the actual thing. We should not be thinking that mere getting qualifying marks is good for us. So it's not about qualifying GATE examination. That we'll obviously do if we prepare well, but it's very important to get good score in it. And somewhere more than 50 is always good for us. And highest, if we can score the highest, is the best. Now we'll just see the GATE scorecard sample. So here in this, you can see there are 3 parameters that will give us the idea of how we have scored in the examination, how they have performed in the examination. So here we have GATE score. As I said, there is every marks is associated with there is a definite formula for calculating it, and that you can go through in the notifications. Everything is clearly mentioned. So for us here it is so we understand here that for every marks we have a definite GATE score, maximum being 1000 for the maximum marks that a topper achieves. So marks out of 100 is given here. So here every year we mention the GATE scorecard mentions the qualifying marks for these 3 different categories. We have the All India rank. So as I was saying, the 3 parameters that tells about the performance. Here is GATE score, the marks, and the All India rank. So these 3 things will will actually give the our performance details. Moving ahead now, here the validity is also given. So as I said, the validity is for three years. Yeah, about what GATE scorecard is all about. Now we will talk about the syllabus. So they have just divided. In fact, the gate itself, gate exam is divided in the question paper is divided into two parts. One is the gate general aptitude, which is being asked for everybody. It is a common paper, and the second one is branch specific syllabus. So we will accordingly we'll go through both of them. So first one is the general aptitude paper. So if you see here, this is I'll just go through general aptitude, the syllabus of that. So we have verbal ability, wherein the questions of English grammar, sentence completion, verbal analogies, word groups, instructions, critical reasoning, verbal deduction, these things are covered. And there we have a different type, numerical ability type of question is also there. That is numerical computation, numerical estimation, reasoning, and data interpretation. So these are some very, very basic kind of questions which most of the time we are able to do it. So 15 marks is something that is almost like guaranteed if you work hard. I mean, if you pretty practice a few questions before exams, then you are able to do at least this part. Now we'll go ahead and discuss about the syllabus of electronics and communication engineering. So here we have the syllabus of electronics and communication engineering in GATE exams. So here we can see section 1 is engineering mathematics, which is what we study in our first and second year. That is linear algebra, calculus, differential calculus. Then we have vector analysis, complex analysis. You can go through all these things in detail on your own. So in different universities, things are taught in different years, but all of them are somewhat covered in the first 2 years of engineering itself. In the section 2, we have networks, signals, and systems. So these are the two subjects that is being taught in most of the universities. It is taught in the second year itself. So we have network systems as a subject and signal system as a different subject. So we have section 2 here. Detail you can go through the different topics we have in these two subjects. Then we have section 3, that is electronic devices. Again, the syllabus covers BJT, the diodes, the MOSFET, and everything. Then we have analog circuits, which has the BJT, MOSFET amplifiers, feedback, oscillations, oscillators, function generators, and all. Then we have section 5, that is digital circuits. Section 6 as control systems, section 7 as communication. And so in communications also we have two different subjects, that is analog communication and digital communication. In many universities these are combined together. What you have to do is go through the syllabus and see the questions relating to each and every topic what has been given in the syllabus. Now we have section 8 as electromagnetics. So we can see here that the syllabus has 8 sections in totality, including the engineering mathematics section, which the subjects might vary for different universities and different colleges. That we can go through and associate the syllabus to a specific subject that is being taught to us. Important point here is going through the syllabus will make us understand which all subjects we have to study and which are the subjects which are our strengths and which subjects are our weaknesses. So accordingly we can work it out. So it's very important to go through the syllabus so that we have an understanding of things which are being asked in the exams. So in the upcoming lecture, we'll be doing the analysis of GATE 2020. We'll take up the question paper and based upon what we have understood and what we have learned today, we'll apply all of them on the GATE question paper so that we can segregate the questions and prioritize which one we can study. How we have to plan our strategy to do all those questions and in which category those questions come in, whether they have what are the NAT type of question, that is NAT type of question, what are the MCQs questions, And the second thing that we talked of was the different design of questions, that is the recall type, the comprehension, the application, the synthesis and analysis. So all those things we will do in the upcoming lectures. Then we have lectures planned for the strategy for TY students and the strategy for SY students. So with this we come to the end of the today's lecture. I hope things were pretty clear. So what we understood today was the GATE examination question paper. What are the different types of questions that are being asked? And then we talked about the cutoff marks. What we understand by cutoff marks. So what is the qualifying cutoff marks? Then we also associated ourselves with the cutoff marks of getting admission into some premier institutes in MTech programs. And then we do have a bit of understanding of getting of the cutoff of PSUs also, but that cutoff varies every year, so I cannot give you a direct value here, but we inferred that the values somewhere around 700 to 800 score is something, a good score that we can do for getting something good. And the third point that we discussed today was the syllabi. So we did discuss about the syllabus of GATE examination question paper. So hope things are very clear, and so that we can move ahead in the next lecture. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.